Hey everybody, how you doing today? This is Survivor Sax, and today we're going to have a little bit of just a talk and go over some of the things that they have online. So this is more questions that I see that I'll give the answers to that I know, or maybe that somebody else have given their opinion on that I think might help. So let's take a look at a few of these. Most of them are going to where I'm at today related to more of the blood cancer, but it doesn't matter what kind of cancer, whether you're the support, the caregiver, or the individual that is currently going through it, or is a survivor. So let's see. It's funny because these questions go all over the place because everybody, no matter who you are, you've got different concerns maybe than somebody else. So let's see what we have one here. One person wants to know, do you call yourself a survivor if you're currently in treatment or if you're in remission? Or maybe if somebody tells you you beat the disease. Well, as far as I'm concerned, you're a survivor in every step that you are in there, from first diagnosis to whether you've been cured or cancer free. None of us like to say that, most of us, because it's kind of faux pas or bad luck, so to speak. But that's my answer to that question. I think that you're a survivor no matter where you're at in the whole process. Let's see. Boy, this poor lady has breast cancer, CML, and a couple other things, and she just wondering where she fits in the whole group. Well, you're amazing. That's kind of how I look at it there. Let's try to find a few more questions. These are all a lot of folks going down the same path there. Let's see. We might have done this one before. Do you feel empowered to have influence over your current treatment or your future treatment plans as the doctors have them laid out? Well, I think you have to. One of the things I learned early, well, I'm a slow learner, so maybe 6 months to a year in, what I noticed was that they just told me what I needed, I did it, and if things went great, great. If they didn't, they didn't. And I didn't realize that I had to be more vocal and a kind of a part of my treatment plans. I was lucky enough I had doctors that didn't mind answering questions, or I was able to communicate with them how I wanted to be communicated with. I feel like they're the experts, but there's nothing wrong with asking. So I think everybody should have some input in what your treatment is to a point. When it comes down to the nitty gritty, the medical stuff, hey, I don't know that, but I'm not afraid to say, tell me a little bit more, put it in layman's terms, make it so, chemo days, so I apologize. Frank can understand. Put it in Frank terms, so to speak. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. That we're still on treatment here. Basically, this one is asking if you ever received or discussed your treatment with somebody else, compared it, and tried to then interject that into your treatment plan. It kind of goes along with our last thing I just talked about. I think you need to be involved, whether you think it is not enough communication, not enough treatment, whatever it might be. Jimmy's had the same thing, and his treatment plan was this way, and my treatment plan's that way. Well, a couple things. Number one, you got different doctors. Number two, your physiology is different, or mine is, than Jimmy's. So there again, I get back to talk with your doctors and your treatment staff and find out exactly the plan they have, what they're thinking. And again, I was lucky. Mine have always been pretty open with me. After I initially let them know, just rip the Band-Aid off and let me know what I got to do to move forward and get it done. Okay, let's see what this is. These are more comments on that last one. So, what are my goals and aspirations for 2024? Well, if it relates to family, I would like our family to get a little bit closer. We're not really a arguing, fighting family, but I really don't think that we spend enough time together. I'd like to do more Sunday dinners, things like that. Give things for my kids and then my grandkid to remember when they're getting older. So kind of like now when things get tough, I harken back. Boy, I sounded older from the wild, wild west there, but I go back to when I was younger, and then that helps me to kind of keep things in perspective. Or if I need a good thought, it brings a good thought into my head. Personal goals. My youngest is getting married. I'm clearly overweight. I've had a hard time since all of this has gone down because of fatigue issues and medications and frank issues, right? I don't think I overeat, but my portion control, not good at certain times of days and nights. So my personal goal is I'd like to drop some weight for the wedding and then hold it off. Be able to make it through baseball season. I coach Little League baseball. All my kids are out of the house, so I just do it on my own time because I love to give back. And hopefully those go well. And then that everybody else in my family is doing well, stays healthy, and everybody out there stays on the getting better path, or you get help as a caretaker or a family member if you need help working with your family member that may have a disease or something they're going through. Let's see. This person feels so weak physically, and they've got to get a stem cell transplant. Do they think it'll be successful? Should they go through with it? Well, I think that's something up to you. Kind of where I look at it is we all get to the point where there's certain options, and your options are we either try this, which is door A, or door B, if we don't do the treatment or try this treatment, we know what that answer is going to be. But that's got to be up to you. A good friend of mine got ALL, acute lymphoblastic leukemia, like I have, and he was a lot older than me, had health problems, weight problems. And he just said he just didn't want to go through it. I think he was in his mid-70s. And I told him that's between him and his family, but really it comes down to him. Because the family always wants you to fight, in most cases, right? But it's a hard fight, and that's got to be up to you. But I would say, give it a go. What do you got to lose, right? Life is great. Once life's gone, who knows what's there afterwards. I hope there's something else. But while I'm on the earth, I want to fight as hard as I can to live. Let's see what question we've got here. I'll take a couple more so I can break these down in some different sessions. I'm just hoping any of this will help somebody. But I don't want to get it too long because I know then the longer it is, the less people tend to listen unless it's live and we're going back and forth. Let's see. This member asked, what surprised you the most during diagnosis and or treatment? I would say what surprised me most. Over the years, what has surprised me most, number one, is that I'm still here. I have beaten the odds for what I've had, what I've gone through by far. I'm lucky, and unfortunately, most never made it where I am. So I'm blessed. But what really surprised me is how close our family came. My wife and I think, got quite a bit closer through the whole thing, and it's continued on. And the damage to the body, as in fatigue. Since I've been going through all this stuff, and it's been a lot of years, in a lot of ways, my body is so far back. My brain and my body, I was so weak. And I was confused all the time. I was putting shoes in the refrigerator, remotes in the dishwasher, you name it, man. I was messed up. I think most of this is back, even though some family members argue with you. But the physical, the fatigue part is tough. But it's worth it for me. I hope it's worth it for all you. Keep going through. There's no way we can go through this much stuff, this many medications, treatments that are literally poison, to try to get you better and through this stuff without you having some side effects. So I've definitely got some side effects, but the one side effect I have is I'm alive, and I still believe in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So that's helped me get through it. Let's see, one or two more. What have you done to show appreciation to your caregiver or caregivers for the time, support, and effort for providing everything for you? Boy, it's been a lot of years, and through each transplant and the CAR T cell, boy, I needed a lot of help. One of them, I don't think for God, I don't remember everything clearly, but I think for like 3 or 4 months, I had to have someone with me all the time, not only for the rejection factors and things like that, but man, I wasn't right, So what I've done to show appreciation is just communicate back to them how important it was and how instrumental they were to me still being here, because I couldn't have done it without them, and so that's what I would say. I don't think I bought presents or anything like that. What I tried to do was reciprocate back my feelings in showing them not only affection and appreciation, but I've tried to be a much better son, husband, father since then. Hey, I'm clearly not perfect. None of us are. We're all humans. And I know my kids will tell you I'm nuts and hard-headed, but it is what it is. But I think I'm a lot. I'm not afraid to say, I'm sorry, I was wrong. So if I do that, I think relationship-wise, that's how I show folks the appreciation for everything they did for me. Let's see if there's any more coming up here that we can talk about quickly before I shut her down. I got a few more here. I got a lot of answers coming in on those and comments. Let's see. Last one. Everybody that has gone through anything like this always, or just getting diagnosed or whatever, has questions on this. But have you ever experienced a change or texture / color of your hair since undergoing any treatments for cancer? Look at my head. I definitely have. I had a pretty good flowing locks, and you know what? I was a bit too modest, I'm sure. Conceited, which one's the right word? I don't even know. But I had a pretty good head of hair, and I liked it. And then we went through all this, and I've never gotten hair back. And so, it might be a little bit of karma on me. But the texture of my hair is still, it's starting to firm up more. I don't have much, so it's hard to tell. And if you look behind my head, it doesn't look good. I used to have full head of hair. It just has never really come back in full. It's never come back good. And it was like baby hair for a lot of years. It's just now starting to firm up. But I've also seen and talked to other people where their hair came back great, came back better. So again, like I've said before, everybody's bodies are different. I'm at the point where it makes no sense for me to even keep hair because I'm not a big one on the hair around the side thing and nothing up top, and it's okay. It's a great haircut for a lot of people. I don't prefer it, so I just keep it short now. I know the wife would like me to have some Fabio locks, but hey, that is out of the picture now. I would say if you're struggling with it, just hang in there. It's okay. Hair's just a thing. Does it change the way we look? Did I look weird without eyebrows? Yeah, I did look weird without eyebrows. To me, but I never once heard anybody in my immediate family ever say anything about that. So I would say just don't worry about it so much. If it bothers you, there's some good wigs out there. Every time I go to the cancer centers, people give time and knit and crochet, and they're always having stuff for people's heads. But my head is cold all the time. I don't know if that's because the hair's gone. Still doing chemo every month and stuff like that, but I'm always cold and my head's always cold. Anyway, I think that is enough for now. We'll do another sessions. We'll try to do one of these a month where I take a couple questions, or if I get some questions from folks that want answers, I will throw that out there too. But I hope this helped you out there, and I hope everybody's having, a good run at it, no matter what you're doing in life, whether you're away in the military, you're battling cancer, some other disease, or you're a caretaker that's struggling. And I know that happens. Stay strong, stay positive, and again, put a smile on somebody's face, and make sure. Excuse me, man. These meds are getting me today. And make sure that you put a smile on your face too every day. I promise you, it's going to help you. If you have any extra questions or something important to you that you would like asked, then let me know. And we'll get to it next time. And I'll get some more songs out there and some more Can You Guess This tunes out there when I get an opportunity. I appreciate it. Take care. This is Survivor Sax. Have a great one.